Minkah, you're only the fourth safety in history to win this award. Two of the other guys are in the Hall of Fame. It's kind of a big honor for a safety to win team MVP.
Yeah.
What's your feeling about it?
It's an honor for sure that my teammates, because obviously it's team voted. It's an honor that my teammates see me as the MVP. This has been nothing but a team effort. This hasn't been the season that we thought it would. But the great part about it is it doesn't really matter what happened in the past. Coach T always says the past is history, like World War II. You learn from it, but you move forward from it. And we could change the whole season by how we play this weekend and how we dominate this weekend. In regards to the four other guys that won this, it's awesome. It's an honor just to be mentioned in the same sentence as a couple of those guys, and I'm thankful for it.
Minkah, you hit on it, but could you elaborate on what it means that this is a team vote, that they feel like you were their most valuable player this year?
Yeah, like I said, it's an honor. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I think I put a lot of hard work, energy, and effort in. Played through a lot this year, and it's an honor, and I'm appreciative that the guys, see what I don't like saying but what I provided to the team. You know what I'm saying? What I gave of myself to the team. So, like I said, it's an honor, and I'm thankful for it for sure.
One of those safeties that won it once upon a time was Troy Polamalu. I'm sure you watched a bit of him growing up, coming up and playing football. I mean, what do you remember about seeing his game, and did you get to model yourself any after him?
Troy was a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? He was an extremely instinctive safety. He moved around, could do whatever they asked him to do. I kind of see myself in a similar light. He's a guy that had a nose for the football. I try and find the football. He was a guy who was always in position, never out of position. So sometimes the ball will find him. You know what I'm saying? People call it luck who don't know football, but it's just being in the right position, looking at the right things, and I try and do that as well. So, if you're a great football player, the best way to learn is from other great football players. So Troy is definitely a guy, whether I played here or for another team, that I definitely would model my game after.
TJ won this award 3 years in a row before you. Did he offer anything up to you after everybody kind of found out you won the award?
No, we didn't even know I won it till 5 minutes ago.
Minkah, you lead or tied for the lead in the NFL with 6 interceptions. It's usually a corner that leads the league in picks. What is it about your game, and what have you been able to do to find the footballs 6 times?
I think it's been a few different things. This is what I mentioned earlier, just being in the right position. And a couple of them, will come to you. I think I've been in coverage a lot this year. Well, I have been in coverage a lot this year. So, when you're in coverage, you're going to get thrown at. Sometimes you get them, you take them away from the other guy. And then, there's a couple plays where it's just you're playing in a deep half. I'm playing in a deep half or in the post, where I just seek the ball out. So I think there's been a lot of opportunity for me to go and get the ball this year. So, and I've just been taking advantage of them.
Would it mean something for you to lead the team in interceptions? I don't think the Steelers led the team in led the league in interceptions since 1975.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been a minute too.
Yeah, I think you talking about as a team or?
Well, both really.
Yeah,
you guys are
it
leading the league, and you're leading the league.
Yeah. No, it definitely matters. Definitely means something. You know what I'm saying? It means we're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? That means we're going to get the ball. We're not dropping money, as we call it. We're out there, covering, have tight coverage. That means the D-line and linebackers are getting after the quarterback, putting pressure on them. So I think what we've been seeing the last few weeks and the amount of turnovers we've been getting is just a reflection of everybody playing full cylinders all around the ball.
With the season that you've had, what does that say about the job that maybe Coach Austin or Coach Brown have done within maybe helping you kind of grow as a player?
Yeah, I think Coach T.A. and Coach Brown, Coach G.A., all of them are great coaches. All of them have different perspectives on the game. All of them have different backgrounds on the game, and they offer a lot of insight, a lot of knowledge, a lot of stuff that can be applied easily on the field. and I feel like all of them have coached me and my teammates in the secondary to play at a high level. Obviously we had our faults this year, our down games this year, but I feel like we've been trending in the right direction because of the way we've been coached and the standard that we've been held to by those three guys.
Minkah, what did you learn from that first Browns game, and what's different now with Deshaun at quarterback for them?
Man, we went back and watched it, I think yesterday or Wednesday, and we got to play better football on the defensive side of the ball. We were playing sloppy, bad eyes, bad feet, looking at the wrong things, missing tackles. It wasn't our normal standard of football. So I think we just got to go out there and keep trending in the right direction like we've been doing the last 4 or 5 weeks, and play with great discipline, great eyes, great execution, physical football up front and in the back end. And I think we'll be able to play at a high level. In regards to Deshaun being out there, not too much changes in their system. You know what I'm saying? Besides that quarterback role, he's a great talent. He can scramble, make throws, or make plays, extend plays with his legs and make throws on the field. He has a strong arm, good eyes down the field when he's scrambling. He scrambles to throw, not to run, and that could be a challenge for any secondary. So their overall schematics don't change too much, but the talent in the back end or in the quarterback position does.
Najee, obviously a lot has to happen for you guys to make the playoffs. All the games are happening at the same time while you guys are going to be playing. When you are on the sidelines, do you plan on looking over at the scoreboard to see how the other teams are doing?
No.
That shit hard though, bro. When I thought about it, I said,
How you
feeling, Najee?
I'm good.
They gonna feel that.
Straight, man. Glad to be healthy.
So much of the conversation with you kind of before the season, going back to even training camp, was about adding more leadership this year. What have you learned from this season, being in that role, the captain? What did you kind of learn from that experience?
I learned a lot, man. I learned a lot from the teammates. Getting to know a lot of the guys. Getting to know a lot of the guys, especially the rookies too. Knowing how to talk to some of them. But I mean, just for them to put me in this position I am as a captain, it was a lot on my plate, especially earlier on. I didn't know it was going to be so much, but I really took Mike Tomlin's word to say, just be you. And I really took that consideration, and I started putting less off my plate, worrying about what matters a lot. And I'm glad that I was in this position because I learned a lot. So I'm happy about that.
How about just kind of along those same lines? I'm sure that collectively and individually you would have liked it to be a completely smooth season from start to finish, but just what do you feel like you learned through some of the ups and downs that the team went through?
Well, actually, I wouldn't say I want it to be a smooth season. I don't think there is a smooth season. And any time I even played football, I don't think there was a smooth season. You learn a lot through the bad stuff. I could sit here and say that I wish I started off this season how I'm finishing out, but I'm actually happy that how the season been going. Like I said, you learn a lot through the good, you learn a lot through the bad, and those times where we started off slow, we learned a lot about each other. We learned a lot about sticking together. We learned a lot about changing around. So I feel like when any type of other adversity comes towards our way, we know how to handle it because we've been there before. You gotta look at every situation is somewhat good, you know what I mean? And I think that's what we did coming off that bye week. And, we're in position now to make the playoffs after starting off how we did. Also, I wouldn't say that, it was smooth. I wouldn't start off smooth because I don't think I would. So I'm happy where we're at right now as a team. It's the spirits in the locker room is better. They're over here doing better, just bonding together with each other. But I think that really us going through that stuff as earlier we did help us out into being how we are now.
That said, is it weird not knowing whether you guys are going to be here packing things up on Monday or whether you'll be preparing for a playoff game?
No, I don't think so because, we're still in a position to not have a losing season for Mike T. So no matter how the outcome come at the end of the game about, everywhere else in the NFL about teams losing or whatnot and the scenarios we need to happen for the playoffs, we're still in a position to play for Mike T and not make him have a losing season. I think that's really important for us, just for him being our head coach and him really leading us and showing us the way through the adversity. I think that that's the bare minimum we could do for him.
Anybody from the Jets or Bills you can ask to help you guys out this week? Come up and
do I know anybody? I know a lot of people.
Win for you guys and help them out.
I mean, we got to win our game, right?
Yeah.
I guess what happens if Yeah, I guess. No, yeah, I ain't worried about none of that, man. We were trying to beat the Browns right now.
Yeah.
Najee, Kenny said this week has been a bit of a balancing week. Shoes.
Yeah.
Kenny said this has been a bit of a balancing week with, obviously you guys are preparing for a game, but your hearts are with Damar Hamlin. How have you done balancing the emotions of this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's an impact from everybody in the NFL. I think that there's not, there's every organization is all together with him because it's a serious matter. I mean, like, it can happen, to a lot of us. This is a scary game we play. I mean, but, for us to stay focused on us always supporting him, I just read something today that he's able to talk by himself or he's doing better now. Yeah. So, I mean, like, us just staying really invested in what's going on with him, too, daily, I think that, that helped us a lot and appreciate the NFL and the Buffalo Bills. And is that the staff guy who came out there to give him CPR? Right? Appreciate him. A big shout out to him because, he played a big part. But for us to get all these updates on him, I think everybody in the NFL is satisfied to know that he's doing a lot better. And, I think that, that'll help us all, have a clear state of mind of going into the next game, knowing that, it can happen to anyone else.
Najee, coming in this year, you said that the Steelers told you that they were going to have to take some tread off your tires and some snaps elsewhere. How much has Jaylen kind of helped you just with his snaps and how he is kind of coming in for about 30% of those snaps and you're kind of playing the rest of it? How has that helped you in your second half surge too?
I mean, yeah, it helps a lot. That was something that they talked about. They was talking about bringing somebody in. I didn't know if it was going to be a veteran guy or somebody they draft or undrafted. But Jaylen came in and he actually, he has a role now too. He's doing a really good job of embracing that. He's doing a really good job of just taking the best of his opportunities and making the most of it, which that creates more value for him. He's doing a good job of creating value for himself. Not only for me, like to help me out, but just for him. I always would tell people, like, going into camp, like this is, I feel like if we want to have a good room, everybody should prepare themselves to be the number one back. Anybody, it doesn't matter who it is. I think that he really did a good job of doing that too. So Jaylen, from where he started at and now how he just came along, I think created a lot of value for him. So.
One more.
Minkah, the team MVP. I don't know who you voted for, but Minkah, the team MVP.
What's up, okay?
Just obviously he made plays deserving of that. Did you
I voted for him.
You don't have to tell me who you voted for.
I voted for Minkah.
Oh, you?
Yeah, I voted for Minkah. Yeah, I voted for Minkah. Minkah's my dude, man. We've been, like, I've been knowing Minkah for a minute. We played together in college. But I voted for him too. I mean, for him to start out the season how we did and finish it, I think he's having a great year. I think he's a be-all pro too, right? He should be. Minkah, I wasn't mad. But you thought I was gonna be mad or something? You thought I was gonna be mad or something? You thought I wasn't gonna vote for him? You thought I was gonna vote for myself? You thought I was gonna vote for myself, probably.
Some people don't like to keep their vote private. That's all.
No, I voted for Minkah.
Okay.
I voted for Minkah. Yeah.